Okay, guys. This is actually the continuation of our previous video. That previous video actually got too long, so I have to cut it short. I think maybe it was under 8 minutes or so. So now let's dive down. On this particular video, I want to talk about what it really takes to be a profitable trader. That's continuation of what it takes to be a profitable trader, and also show you guys example using my own self and the trades I've taken so far, so I can verify and realize whether what I'm saying the truth, or I'm lying to myself or lying to you guys. Okay. Now, in that, the whole video I did actually boil down to four particular points. Number one is to be a profitable trader, it doesn't necessarily need to know everything. Like, you don't really need to know anything. Just very simple. You just have to do is just to spot the weakness in the market, study the weakness in the market, that particular weakness, master it, and unleash it. That's just it. This is just the four what it takes to be a profitable trader. That particular weakness in the market could be maybe a particular chart pattern that whenever it happens in a particular region, it always tends to play out. It could be a news. Let's say whenever US cut the dollar interest rate, the dollar always tend to go up. And if the dollar goes up, every other pay that is paid against the USD is always likely to go down. It could be anything. It could be anything at all. It doesn't necessarily have to be like this is how it's supposed to be or not. It could be anything. So as long as you study that particular weakness, identify the weakness, study it, master it, and unleash yourself. And before you know it, you see yourself at the top. Understand? I'll use my some of my trades to show you guys an example now. Now, what do I trade? What do I really trade? Let me show you guys what I actually trade. What I trade in trading, my trading is based up two setup. Number one is double top and double bottom. Double top and double bottom is a chart pattern. Now, inside that chart pattern, I added another confluence, which is I used a candle type of candlestick entry pattern, which is engulfing. Normally, I have engulfing, shooting star, and hammer, but I narrowed it down to engulfing because I realized that engulfing always tend to play out more than others. This is what I studied on my own personal trading strategy. Now, if it happens around the region of let's say trend continuation or trend reversal, that is, if it happens on a pullback, which is trend continuation, or if it happens when the trend is going strongly going down and you get to a particular key zone, which is maybe say I call it OTZ, it happens. It always tends to play out. This is what I study, and this is my own personal research, and I like it works, and I say trading it. Understand? This gives me the ability not to use any indicator. I'm not applying any indicator now. I just trade it. Understand? The only indicator I use is setting my stop loss, which is I use that indicator on trend reversal. Why? Because when the trend is trying to reverse, it's not actually easy. Like a car that's on a high speed, you expect it to just turn over. It doesn't. It's not actually very very easy. So it tends to have a lot of volatility. So what ATR does is that average to range. It helps me to determine what the volatility of the market is about, and to be able to place my stop loss in a way that the market volatility doesn't stop me out. That is just more what my trading strategy is all about. Understand? Or I also trade a channel. That channel doesn't actually play out. It doesn't actually occur most of the time. That might occur once a month, twice a month. But most times, if you occur on a key zone, it always tend to play out. You understand? So at the end of the day, I realize that at the end of the month, and I don't trade much. And another thing I also want to talk about that knowing this is my trading strategy actually, and how do I actually apply this strategy? Now, I realize that every pay doesn't behave the same. Some pay obeys particular strategy over others, and I realize that I only have two pays that always tend to obey my strategy more, which is gold and Bitcoin. And that is why out of all the whole pairs, like all the whole pair, GDP, USD, JPY, EO, USD, all of them, I just narrowed it down to only Bitcoin and gold. It looks very boring, like my trading is the most boring type of thing you can ever think about. In a month, I might be trading like 10 times, at most 20 times in a month. Understand? But on average, I hardly close the month at loss. Understand? I hardly close the month at loss. I might not have really gotten that money that I want to, but I know that as long as I keep on improving myself, I'll get to that point where I become like unstoppable. Understand? Now, that is what my personal trading strategy is all about. I didn't learn this from anybody. I just sit down, study the market, spot this particular weakness, and I capitalize on it. And that's what I'm doing right now. So I will take you guys to some of my trade, and you guys will see where it played out, or rather where I'm applying it. Now, this is the first trade. This is the trade I'm currently on now, as you guys can see. Understand? This is the trade I'm currently on now. What is this trade about? This is also double bottom. And what is this is double bottom, and this double bottom is basically trend continuation. You look at this thing on a higher time frame, and I see that the trade shows that it's about to start going up. It had a pullback into this particular region and gave us this entry and which it took. Now, as you can see, this one now has not actually closed, so but it's actually going well. Obviously, it's currently more than 1:7. Now, the next trade again is also in this one also, and as you guys can see, it's terms as if it's same pullback, still as I hold. It went up. This trade actually more than 1:4, but I didn't take my profit. Why? Because also I forgot to mention it. You also have a rule where you take profit, where you set your take profit at, and where you set your stop loss at. My stop loss is always at the lowest of that entry candle, or at the double bottom, right? Then why my take profit is it depends on where it happens. If it happens at the trend continuation, understand? At the previous high before the high that resulted to a pullback. Now, for this particular one, now this is the high that resulted to a pullback, and this is where my TP1 is. What TP1 simply means is not where I'm going to take my profit, but TP1 is where I have the freedom to take. If I get a reversal trade, I can take it. Understand? But as long as I do not get a reversal trade, my take profit is going to be at the high before the high before this pullback, before this high, which is this is the high here. So my take profit is supposed to be at this particular point. So if this thing doesn't get to this point, I'm not taking my profit. Sometimes it will go up, reverse, go up. It will it will frustrate you, like a bit of frustration. But at the end of the day, most of the time it tends to play out. Though it doesn't play out all the time, but trading is all about optimization. If you play out 4 out of 10, if my TP is there 4 out of 10, it always tends to be higher. Or rather, I tend to make more money than when I take my profit immediately after the break of the first this thing. Even if it happens sometimes 8 times out of 10 times, you know. Reason being that on this particular one now, a single trade might be 1 is to 20. Like this particular trade now is 1 is to 20. So 1 is to 20 simply means I have to lose 20 times for me to be able to go to break even. I have to lose 21 times for me to be able to be at loss. You understand? This is how what it's all about. But 1 is to but this particular one, this particular point might be 1 is to 10. So obviously I might end up losing 10 times. So if I win 1 is to 20 twice, I've made a 4,000% profit. But if I win this one 8 times, you see that I've actually made around that 2,000, which is lesser than what I could have made if I actually stick to this particular one. Okay. So now this is just one of the three. This one was a loss. This one is currently playing out. This one was a win. Obviously, this particular one was a win. This is the pullback, the first TP, and this is where I got a reversal, so I closed it. It was a win. Now this one also, as you guys can see, this one was also a win because it cleared this high. This is the high here, the first TP, which is this particular point. It cleared it, as you can see. Then give me a reversal. It was a win. Now this also, I didn't take this trade. I did not really take this trade actually, but this trade was actually a win because I got entry. After it, this is a loss, obviously, and the same strategy. This is a loss. The same top strategy. Understand? And it goes on and on. This is a win. This is a win. This is a clear win. And on and on and on and on and on and on. Do you understand? This is that podcast strategy I told you guys about my channel. Understand? It goes on and on and on and on. What do I do? This is what I trade. That's why when you ask me what strategy do I trade, I can actually tell you my strategy. I can only just say I trade smart money concept. I trade this or trade that. No. My strategy I discovered myself and I'm trading and it's working out for me. So at the end of the year, at the end of the month, I make money, obviously. Just that sometimes what actually limits me most is profit because profit will that I have to be profitable consecutively 3 times, I have to this and that, all those rules affect me. But if I'm trading my real money, zero emotion, obviously I'll make fucking hell of money. I'll make fucking hell of money. So that's just how I trade, and that's just what profitable trading is all about. I'm just giving you guys instance using my trading strategy as example. So it doesn't necessarily need to learn smart money concept, ICT concept, Mr. B concept, Mr. A concept, all those things. No, you just have to find the weakness in the market, capitalize on it, and master it, and become profitable. So that's just it, guys, and I wish you guys the best. I just hope you guys apply this and also put it into use. You see yourself, you stay good. You might not become profitable, must not really occur in a day, might not occur in 2 days, might not really occur in a month. But believe me, in a year, 2, 3, 4, you will see yourself. You see yourself as someone that is learning coding, someone that is learning a skill. You don't learn a skill in a single day. Understand? And training is one skill that is easier to learn, but difficult to master. If you can master it, master emotion, master everything, how you behave, how you react when the market pulls back, when you saw 1,000 at the end of the day, before you know the market 1,000 went down to minus 200. How do I behave? How do I react? My impulse, how do I act at that moment? So all these things are master yourself before you become profitable. So thank you guys. That's just it.